Hello everyone, we're going to try this again. Oh, that's a little crooked. I'm here again. This is Diane Alberts. I should be on my Design with Diane business page. I am Diane Alberts. I'm going to refresh. I can't believe it didn't click over to, I'm still not getting it on here. I hope I'm on my, if not, this is the third time's a charm, I guess, right? Let's just refresh this one more time. And make sure I'm in the right spot. And now my head isn't so big and right in the screen. So welcome. I'm just doing, this is a soft opening of a new series I'm going to be running, which are weekly online classes. They are free for everybody to watch. If you decide that you want to place an order of $50 or more, you will get the class for free from me. Meaning you'll get the PDF and you'll get all the supplies to make the 4 cards. So, and I will mail those to you. And this is an example. Well, this is just my prepping for demonstrating the cards to you today, but they'll look real nice in that. I'm going to try Wednesdays at noon. We'll see how this works. I'm not sure how this time frame will work, but it seems to work today. We're going to try it. So now if you place a $75 order, you'll qualify for the bundle of the month. And don't you know, I moved it way over there now. It's a eyelet embossing die. It's really cool. I just made my card for another tutorial I'm doing. And and I'm going to send 5 random cards to you as a bonus if you place an order with me. Now, right now, today started our new double your rewards. Every order from Stampin' Up receives a 10% rewards. So starting at $20, you'll receive $2 and more. And thanks for joining me again. I know I was on the wrong platform. So I'm kicking off my new weekly free online class. And if you decide to purchase whatever you want, or you could purchase the bundle, and I did show the bundle on my other one. Where did it go? I lost the bundle. It was right here. Don't know what I did with it. Okay, well, the bundle just disappeared on me. It always happens. Did I put it back in? Oh, I put it back in the basket. So we have the Homemade Sweetness bundle and dies. Here's some lids I did. Thanks, Jennifer, for finding me again. How silly. Okay. This is a new series. I'm doing Homemade Sweetness. Unfortunately, I just checked the, oh, good. I haven't placed my order yet today. They're having a great incentive for purchasing right now. They're not always going to have this, but for the next 3 days, today through the 15th, 16th, and 17th of April, you'll earn double rewards. It's really great. I'm going to teach this like a class, and you're going to hopefully learn tips and decide if you like this. You don't have to buy this bundle to get the free cards. Maybe you already own it. So I will be doing that. I'm also going to have a PDF. Actually, the PDF is done. And everybody will get a colored PDF with directions and everything on it for you. So if you place a $50 order, I'm going to repeat one more time, you're going to get the kits, 4 kits with envelopes and anything that I can die cut for you. And then you're going to have to do all the stamping per Stampin' Up's policy. We cannot stamp. And if you place a $75 order, we have a new incentive. It's called the Product of the Month. And I'm not going to jump up and grab it, but I have a new Product of the Month. Is a new... It's an embossing die. It's really cool. It's an eyelet, and I just made my card for that tutorial. So anybody who orders the Product of the Month will get that free tutorial that I'm doing with 5 other people. Let me just go back to what I'm talking about, this free online weekly class. I have collaborated with Jeannie Nielsen. She's outside the Boston area. I am currently in Naples, Florida. I split my time between that and Troy, Michigan. So I'm enjoying this gorgeous weather, and I hear Michigan is really warm too today. I'm glad to hear that. So I will be sending out a sign up for this so that you will know how to order and get the free classes that'll be sent in my email list. If you're not a part of my email list, then you'll want to join. And I have a link at the very top under featured that you can sign up for my email list, because that's how you're going to find out things about me. So Jeannie and I met 7 years ago we did a elite mastermind training to help us become better business builders in Stampin' Up. And since we use this as our business, we've been friends ever since we met each other in our group. So it's been a lot of fun. And so we decided, let's collaborate on this. Our businesses are about the same level. We just thought maybe this would be fun to do. So we have collaborated, and each time I will make 2 cards and then she'll make 2 cards. We might have a 3D object. You never know. Just depends how it goes. So this is going to be a new series. It's going to be weekly. I'm going to try weekly to the best of my ability. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it Wednesday evenings. Right now, I think I like this noon time when I'm on the right platform. I don't see any comments right now, but I can see them on, isn't that funny? I can see them on my phone, but when I turn my phone over, I'm not going to be able to see my comments. And last time I couldn't see my comments on my iPad. Okay, well, I see Jennifer's comment now, but very odd. Okay, so I'm going to be flipping the camera around. And back to, if you place an order of $50 or more, you'll get 5 cards that are completely done, not written in, for you to have, just as a bonus, just to start off our new series. So that's our new thing here. So homemade sweetness. I don't know if I've already said this or not, because this is the second time I've started, but I will talk about it again. We're going to make 4 cards, and it unfortunately is on back order due to the dies until April 27th, so in 2 weeks. So you can watch this. We can never control when that's coming in. It might come in sooner, but we are here today, and I am going to go ahead and flip my camera around and get started to teach. So let me just flip my camera around and turn it around, and then you'll see there's my, okay. Hi, Amy. Yes, I'm doing a new series now. It is, let me get this all straight, hopefully. Okay, this is what we're doing. We're doing homemade sweetness. It has a jar. You're the sweetest. Love you very much. Homemade for you. Thank you. And some really cute stamps, and I'm going to be using those. And then we have these dies. Well, I had already pre-cut some dies, so I saved extra ones. I guess I got cranking away. So I can use these on another project. We're going to be using those today. I'm going to put those over to the side right now. But there's more dies than this. Mine are a mess because I've been using them a lot. So let me show you, and we'll get started. So let's just get started by showing you all the cards we're going to make today. So we have this card, this card, this card, and this card. So we've got a lot of fun folds and nice cards. So we're going to start off with this one here. I'm going to push this over here. I'm going to talk about, we have an embossing folder that comes with this collection. And this is called the Ladybug Picnic 3D embossing folder. And I'm not sure if you can kind of see, the ladybugs are behind here on the lemon lime twist. So we're going to make this card. So let me grab my tutorial container here. Here it is. And we'll get all the parts and get started. So we'll set that card right up here. I'm going to move the embossing folder out. You can buy this in a suite with a 1 number to get this, the bundle, the paper, and the embellishments. Well, here's all kinds of paper. That would be that's my scrap side. But you can get all of this for one price, and honestly, I don't remember the price. I don't have it in front of me. So I should have done that. But I will be posting something, like I said, in my email list. If you're not a part of my email list, you can go to the feature and sign up, so you'll get notifications of when I'm doing things. So let's take out all the parts. We have our cute little, I've already done some of the work ahead, some of it I haven't. This is our envelope. We have a paper that I've cut out the little jar, and then I have some arches. I love our arches. They are called Everyday Arches. I use them a lot. They're a standard die. I have my piece of paper cut from the Designer Series paper, and I have my card base, and I thought I might have forgotten my scraps. So I grabbed some more scraps. I thought so. And I'm gonna grab a scrap piece of paper to do the blueberries. We'll talk about that. So let's get started on our first card. I'm gonna go ahead. This is our thick basic white. I'm gonna move all these parts over to the side so you can just focus on what is the card on focus. So let's try to get all that focused right here. No, I don't want it to have any kind of distractions. Let's put that right there. Okay, feels kind of dark in here. It looks like you can kind of see, but we'll go ahead and put, I'm gonna fold this card in half. It's already pre-scored, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Where's my bone folder? I was using it this morning, but I made my product of the month card. I can't wait to share that with you. Okay, so we're gonna do this card in the landscape. I already pre-did the embossing of this embossing folder onto Lemon Lime Twist. Whoops, well, that one got stuck. Let's run out, that one emptied out, and then we'll use this one. And I'm gonna place this right here on the center. And then, is it all straight? I'm making sure it's straight. So there we go, that's pretty easy. Somebody asked me, what do you use for under an embossed piece? You can use liquid glue. I prefer seal. You could use tear and tape. There's all kinds of different choices you could use. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab our Designer Series paper. And if I had, I'm gonna lift this up, I can tell you the dimensions. I'm gonna find my tutorial here. This is a card that I designed. This is going to be 2 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm going to flip this over and we're going to add some adhesive to this panel. Well, thanks for joining me. This is going to be a weekly series where I'm going to be making 4 cards, maybe a 3D project. We kind of have a 3D project today. So there we go, we have that. We're gonna do some stamping. I have all the stamps in here, so I'm gonna have to do a little digging. And I'm gonna need the blueberries and the Love You Very Much. So I went ahead and already, so that one is, You're the Sweetest, Love You Very Much is right here. And where are the blueberries? And the blueberries are right here. Okay, we'll get started. The 2 ink colors that we're going to use in this class is Sweet and Simple. It is, why does that look crooked? Basic Gray and Misty Moonlight, believe it or not. We're going to try and keep it as little as we can. So I'm going to take that first arch, which is right here. And what I'm looking for is there it is. I've been doing, here you go. There's a little sneak peek of the in colors. And I was also using something that says, it never hurts to keep looking up. That's a little surprise coming up. So you use this to give you a cushion. And I'm gonna stamp Love You Very Much in Misty Moonlight at the very top of this white arch. Okay. And the other color we're gonna need, I should say, because we're gonna be using our blends, is the Memento ink. And I'm gonna grab that scrap piece of paper. And we're gonna put our blueberries on there. Oop. Let me get enough on there. Still doesn't look like enough. Okay, let's see if that, there we go. Ooh, too close to the edge. Let's try that again, Diane. There we go, much better. So we're gonna color the blueberries and we're gonna do some fussy cutting. So let me grab my snips and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fussy cut out this jar of blueberry jam. We used to pick blueberries as kids. My mom would take us out. Actually, the hardest to pick were the black raspberries. Did you, or do you now, go out to the fruit farms and pick strawberries or blueberries or things like that. So it's good memories. Very good memories. So all I did was just snip around that. And I'm going to grab and put that into the garbage can. Now, where did my dimensionals go? Because I was just working on something a few minutes ago. Don't you know? Well, we're going to need this too. Where did they go? Oh, I can go grab some more. I'm going to go ahead and wash these off on my chamois. I think I need a new chamois. It's getting a little busy. Yeah, I don't know where my large dimensionals went. They're not behind me. They're not on that. I'm going to look in here. Interesting. Where did they go? Well, I'm going to go grab some more. Thankfully, I have quite a few. I keep them all out. So we're going to need your dimensionals. And I'm going to lift my computer back up. I'm not seeing current time comments. So I'm going to go ahead and use the dimensionals. And I'm going to just do 2. And we're going to place this right here on our arched label. I'm going to do that kind of on an angle. And then we're going to go ahead and color our blueberries. So for our blueberries, we're going to be using Misty Moonlight. And we're going to use Old Olive and Shaded Spruce to create garden green. Believe it or not, we do not have a garden green. That's Shamrock. Nope, that's the wrong one. I need Shaded Spruce. Where did you go, Shaded Spruce? Is this it? Yes, okay. Shaded Spruce and Old Olive make our garden green. So let's go ahead and use those four. I'm going to set this aside for now. Let's kind of move some of this stuff out of the way to keep everything on focus. Okay, so let's go ahead. I like to start with the Old Olive, and we're going to go ahead and then where the tops of these blueberries are, I'm going to go ahead and put on the Old Olive. Yeah, I'm surprised we don't have Early Espresso or Garden Green, but I'm going to make my own garden green by taking these 2 colors and blending them. Actually, I really should have the dark Shaded Spruce, but I grabbed the light. But it will, ooh, squeaky, squeaky. There we go. I don't know if you can tell on that picture, but there it is. Those look more garden green. So now let's go ahead and where the lines are on the image, I'm going to go ahead and give a little shadowing, because there'd be shadowing at the bottom here. And then I'm going to take my light Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to go ahead and color in the rest of the blueberries and blend out this. So I'm going to come down here. I'm just doing little circles to blend it out. And we're going to color those in. So some of the things I pre-die cut, and some things I didn't. And so I'm going to have to die cut these out, and something else, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So let's get and blend this out. I like to circle on the dark and smooth it out. You can always go back over. I'm leaving a little light in here, so like in the middle, I'm leaving it a little bit not so filled in because it gives it a little bit more texture and depth. And carefully get up there, get to the edge. And let's see. And again, I'm going to leave a little shadowy light there. Okay. So in this particular set, I'm going to also cut out a little flower. I like to do things in 3s. And so there are these little tiny flowers. And so I'm going to do a little flower in white. And I'm going to go ahead and show you. I have my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Mine is the blue one, and I'm right-handed, so I'm going to turn it this way. And then I have my plates behind me. I'm not going to use the plate number 3 because it's for embossing, so I'm going to set that aside right now. We're going to use plate number 1. Plate number 2, we're going to put down I'm gonna have to trim this down. It's too big. This paper's too wide to fit through this. Okay, we're gonna take our blueberries and set our blueberries right there. And then I'm gonna take and put my little flower right there. So now I need to find my blueberry die. Now here it is. And I'm gonna line it up just like so. Let me get it really nice. Usually I use my 3M tape. Oh, it looks like it's shifted. And it's over in my embossing center right now. Let's see if I can get this to stay put. Nope. Shoot, let me go grab a piece of the tape here. It's just right over here across from my table. I've been doing embossing over on my, this is the 3M Post-it tape I'm using. Okay. I guess I should have had some of this prepped in advance, but I'd like to show you how I do things too. All right, we don't need to tape down the flower. That should stay now. And we're gonna crank it through. I like using this little one right here on my table. It's sweet and easy. So I'm gonna move that over to the side. And we'll take and see what we got. We got our cute little flower, which is stuck. So let's grab my take your pick tool. We're gonna poke it right out. There's our flower. And put that die back into the magnetic sheet. And then I have our blueberries. We're almost done. And that becomes garbage. And take these plates out of the way. So yes, this 3M tape, mine's getting a little medium low. So, okay, so let's go ahead and put those dies away. Bring back in our blueberries. I'm gonna go ahead and pop up our blueberries with dimensionals. So, we're going to ignore my puppy. He just went on an over a mile walk. Hush. Oakley, hush. No barking in the condo. Okay, and so I'm gonna put my blueberries kind of on the side, and then I felt like 2 was not enough. Hush. You've had 2 treats, now stop. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this little mini into the little crevice there. I'm gonna peel off and I'm gonna add that flower right on top of it. So they kind of overlap each other. Now, of course, the center is not filled in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab those cute embellishments. And we're gonna take 3 of them. And I like to do the large one first. I like to put the large one like in a big open spot. And then I'm gonna take a small one. These are kind of like fun foam. I'm gonna put that right in the middle. And I'm gonna take one more smaller one and I'm gonna put it up here, kind of make my triangle. All right, we're all set. I'm gonna flip this over. Got our first card almost done. And put those out of the way. We're gonna grab our cute little arch mat. And then I'm just going to adhere this flat to the card. I'm gonna do that just like so. And there's supposed to be one more thing on here. Where did it go? Here it is. We were supposed to have a bow. Where'd my bow go? That's funny. I just put it in there. Oh my goodness. All right, well, let's make another bow because this one already has. The bow was supposed to be right here. And where did my bow go? Maybe I tucked it into it, the other. Yeah, let's see if I tucked it into the other. No? Nope. I thought for sure I tucked it in. Yes, I did. I put it into the next card. Well, one of the next cards. Come on. It's stuck in there. All right, so much for being organized, right? All right, so let me put all these things back in so we can do this next card in a few minutes. Let's put this aside. Sorry about that. I thought I'd super organized and I'm not quite. So you're gonna take your glue dots and I just take them out of the box and then I put a little ribbon around, scrap ribbon. And I'm gonna go ahead, and this is the matching ribbon to this suite. And where is my ribbon? I think I see it. And I put a little ribbon down there. So this is the ribbon. Let me go ahead and show you how I did that, because this one's gonna need a ribbon. I'm gonna pull off a little bit, and I'm gonna do some bunny ears, I think, and quickly tie those around. Hi, Carol. This is my new weekly free online class to demonstrate some wonderful new products we have. And I'm gonna go ahead and trim this off. Where are my ribbon scissors? And I hope you enjoy seeing the homemade sweetness. And that one's already on a needle. So now we already have the glue dot there. So I'm just gonna push, well, I'm gonna make those bows a little prettier and not flat. And then we're gonna put that on there. So there we go. And I'll put this away. All right, so there's our first card. So you'll get all the parts to make. You'll get a scrap piece of paper to make the blueberries. I can't stamp the blueberries. You'll get the flower. You'll get this, and the arches will be done, and the paper, and all that. So there you go, my first card. I hope you like it. Let's move on to card number 2. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the fancy one. All right, just because I took it all apart. So one thing that's really cool about this next card is it is a shaped card. And that's what drew me to this card. So it's really cool. I tied the bow around, and I attached it on the back with a little bit of glue. So it's one that your recipient will untie. And then we have the inside with some cute notebook paper that's part of the collection, and some stamping. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make this card. This is a lot of fun. This actual die actually creates the fold for you, and I wanted to show it to you. But we're also gonna use something really new and exciting that we have here in Stampin' Up. So let me pull this off aside. I already did that in advance. So that comes with the dies. I'm gonna throw that away. And we have a new stamp positioner. I'll get the magnets. And it comes with this grid paper here. And I like to put it lined up with the line on the left here. And I just push it all the way up until it stops on the dots. There's these little pegs that hold the grid paper. And then I'm gonna take my magnets and put them like that. So next we have a, let me pull it off. It's been on here, I've been using it quite a bit. I hope it doesn't have ink on it. I don't get ink on my shirt. Okay, this is our jar stamp. And what I did, and it's gonna be sticky, so it's gonna pull it up on this time, but when I get ink on it, I'm gonna line this up. And I can make multiples of these. Let me line it up. Let me stand up here. Oops, excuse me, Oakley. There we go, that looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. All right, and then I'm gonna take the platform that goes on top, and there's these 2 open holes that will fit in here, and then there's these 2 cushion holes, or 2 cushion pegs, and then I'm gonna push down, and I'm gonna pick up, and I know it's gonna mess up that now, because it's so sticky. All right, we're gonna go ahead and recenter this. So I'm gonna take those off, line it up on the edge, push it up to these little tiny pegs. I'm gonna go ahead and put my magnets here, and we're gonna use the basic gray. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ink up the jar. I'm just gonna turn it upside down and just do this. The stamp positioner is gonna be coming available for everybody May 5th. And I'm gonna make sure I've got it in the right position. Stampin' Up should look at you. Those holes go there. And there's other things the Stampin' Positioner can do. And then you're just gonna push down. And what's great is if it doesn't completely stamp it the way you want it, but look at that. Perfect, perfect. And that's how nice our stamp positioner is, especially if you were doing multiples. This would be great. So let's go ahead and move my stamp positioner out of the way, and you can look forward to that coming out with our next launch on May 5th. So then I'm gonna fold this, it's already scored, and I'm gonna use my bone folder. Okay, and I'm gonna grab the items for this, oh, here they are. Da, 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 da. So I used the really pretty blue gingham, and I decided I want that to, contrast with this. This is actually strawberry slush. I'm going to glue this on flat. So I'm just going to look at those cute little ladybugs on the other side. And then I'm going to go ahead and just, I know I'm covering up the jar and the lines, but it's so pretty. I wanted to do this. And then, like, you know how you might have twine that goes around? There actually is a die that you can use to put this twine on like this. And so I'm going to go ahead and, where's my liquid glue? My tiny liquid glue. You got to grab that. And I have decanted our Tombow glue into here. And I'm going to go ahead and, of course, I don't have my little silicone mat here right now. Just a little bit of glue. So this is another one of the fun dies. I did this in crumb cake. Just get a little glue on the ends. This card comes together quite fast. Come on. No, they're glue. Okay, that should be enough. Put that to the side. And it doesn't matter which way you put it on. You just put it on however you see fit. And I'm just going to put that down. Isn't that pretty? It would be cute to maybe take a linen bow. I didn't grab a linen bow because we're going to actually use this bow here. So let's go ahead and let's get ready to do some stamping. Before we do some stamping though, I have cut this perfectly to fit on the inside of our card. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere that flat. There's more of those jars. Those are the smaller jars. The paper is really pretty. And then I have the cute little, we need our strawberry. We're going to use that in a minute. But I have this little, I guess, flourish. And we're going to use our Misty Moonlight. And we're going to add a little bit of pizzazz to the inside of our card. I'm going to put one of the flourishes at the top and a flourish at the bottom, right directly onto the strawberry slush. So let me put that over there. While we're at it, we're going to use the sentiment, "You Are the Sweetest." We're going to do that again in Misty Moonlight. I want my cushion. I'm going to put that right in the center. And that's done. And I think the only other thing I want to do, but I'm going to do that in black, I'm going to grab some more of that scrap paper. And I'm going to stamp myself in Memento Black. Let me close that ink. Where did my Memento go? Oh, it got way far away from me there. There's our Memento ink. And we're going to go ahead and stamp our strawberry. And what I forgot to do last time, I should have stamped a strawberry or blueberries on the front of that card. Let's do a quick little strawberry on our envelope. Set that aside, and I'm going to do a strawberry right here. And we're going to go ahead and put that aside. Let's move that. I'll clean those all later. Oh, and look, I already cut one out. So let's see if we can do that. Let's see if I can try and stamp it and line it up. Let's see how good I am. If not, we're going to just die cut it out again. Again, I need to stand up over this. Okay, so this is white on white. When that happens, I turn it over so I can see my white, and then I can match it up. Okay, let's see if I can do this here. Okay, did she do it? How lined am I? Pretty darn good. I'm proud of myself. Yeah, there's always more paper. Like I said, I had one here I could do. So now I'm all set to do some coloring. For this, we're going to use our strawberry slush blends. So I got 1, 2, and we're going to use that same combination again to make our stem. So let's turn this back over. And let's color in the old olive first on our stem of our strawberry. Ooh, that squeakiness. Do any of you have the homemade sweetness out there already? because I also will sell the PDF, or you can take notes here, whatever you prefer. I love how this just changes it right into garden green. This was a new discovery for me, that you could make new colors. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I love that. I don't know if you can see it that far away. I don't have the zoom pop capabilities right now. But it really took those two colors and turned it into a new color. So let's grab our strawberry, and we're going to color in. I'm just going to start with light first. I'm going to use the tip in on the side to kind of get in there. And then I'm going to come up here, gently get in the corners. You don't have to do shading on every single one. It's just up your choice. But I thought maybe the dots would show up really nicely with the light. And if you did want to add a little depth and dimension, you could take and put a little bit of the dark maybe over here and at the bottom, and then blend it out. And there you go. So let's go ahead and put this card together. We are going to need, let me grab my directions to tell you, I think I say how much we need of the, I want to say it's 20 inches. Is it 22 inches? Let's see how much ribbon I suggest that you pull off. I can't remember. I did it so long ago. Yeah, approximately 20 inches. I was right. So let's go ahead and grab our ribbon. And my mat here is about 22 inches. So I'm just going to grab it and eyeball it and take off about 20 inches. Put that over there. Let's remove this. And we're going to bring our card back in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this flat down. And then I'm going to want to fold it over. Yeah, I'm way too long. And you decide where you would like to have it. I think I want it right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it up. I know I want this section here. I'm just going to go ahead and run some seal right there on the back. And then I'm going to put this back down where I think I want it to tie. Right there. And then I'm going to fold this around. And I know this, my ribbon, yeah, 22 inches is too much. You want to use 20 inches. And you'll still get some room to trim off some edges. So I'm going to tie this in a cute little bow. Yeah, way too long, unless you like a long bow. Oh, come on, be a fluffier bow. There we go. And then I'll just use my ribbon scissors and trim off the ends. And that's that. So now we're going to take our sentiment here and get my bow to turn a little bit more sideways. We're going to grab some more of those dimensionals. And we're going to put them above and below the ribbon. You can hear like chewing, and that's my dog really going into his toy that he gets the treat out of, and then he goes ahead and destroys it. There we go. You're the sweetest. I'm going to take my cute strawberry. I'm going to grab 2 quick dimensionals, and I'm going to put them further over to the left so they can overlap like this. So you can take and put a little bit of adhesive right there. And this is card number 2. We just have to add some embellishments. Let's see. If I could get this over to my knot a little bit more, I'm going to try and move this over. I'd like it to be a little bit over more. There we go. And then the strawberry will fit a little bit nicer right there. Perfect. And there's our card. And remember, you open it up. Well, here's the one that's open already. And it has the wonderful inside. So that's just a quick, nice note card. And we need to add our strawberries. So we're going to grab our embellishments. Uh-oh. Don't want my dog to get that dye. Hold on. he can be a little bit of a thief sometimes. So let's go ahead and grab my take your pick tool. And I just put on 2 strawberries, like kind of one up here and one here. And that way we have our 3 strawberries. So there's card number 2. Do you like that? Fun fold? All right. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. All right, she said I had good light right now. I finally saw that. All right, so card number 3. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, another fun fold card. This was done a little bit differently than how I do this fun fold card. I always like learning new ways of doing things. So I'm going to show you how I made this card. Let me grab my directions, my PDF, just so if I need to refer to it. It's buried over here. Oh, where is it? Right here. Just in case I need to refer to it. All right, we're gonna start with, and the way this card works, it's an easel card. Hi, Sandra. Thanks for joining. Oops, I just plonked my dog on the head when I crossed my legs. I'm going to show you how we made this cute card. I love you very much. Get the honey bear. And we did strawberries again. So I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to pull in all our parts again. And let's see what parts I pre-did. I know I want to do a cute strawberry again on my outside of my envelopes. We'll do that right now while I'm thinking of it. Okay. So we'll set that aside. And we're gonna go ahead. You're gonna need a 1/4 piece of the 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Okay. And then you're gonna need 2 strips to go on either side of that. Now I make this card many different ways. This is the way my friend Jeannie Nielsen made it. She lives outside the Boston area. So we're gonna do her fun way to do it. I mean, there's no correct way or wrong way. It's just a different way. Whoops, that one's the one that we ran out of. Where did my adhesive go? There it is. Okay, so I'm gonna run my adhesive and just put this cute little floral print to the left and the right, just kind of leaving a small margin. Right here and here. And if I would have started on time, I wouldn't go over on my time frame of, I'm trying to keep this to an hour. All right, so I also did some other parts here. Let me show you what I've got. We have this is an 8.5 by 2 3/4, and I've scored it at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. So we have to do the 2 1/8. So basically, I'm gonna just fold this in half, and I'm gonna take my bone folder, and that will create our easel, okay? Before we do that, there's some parts, this is a card designed by Jeannie. She suggested we put a little piece of this pretty paper up here. It has fruit on the back. Just kind of ties in, makes that look nice. This is a little small rectangle to go up here. Now I can hear my dog. He had so much peanut butter. And then we're gonna take, I'm not sure the size of this. Yeah, it's 2.5 by 4 inches. And this is going to be where we're going to write our sentiment. And this fits right here in the lower section. So I'm going to go quickly put that here. I mean, this card looks like it's hard, but it's not. I'm just going to make sure I'm folding it over so I can see if I'm centering it properly. Great. And now we're going to turn it over. And just right here, or you could put it here, I'm just going to put strips of glue right there. I'm going to close this up. I'm going to line it up to the middle. Okay, I got to stand up again. Make sure I get this lined up on either side and at the bottom. There we go. Now we've created our kind of easel card. We've got to make the stopper. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little piece of this paper here. Let's see if this, I don't have the size of this one right now. I think it is 1 inch by 2.5. And I'm going to place this flat down just to kind of bridge the floral print. So I'm going to do that. And again, if you place a $50 order, you'll get all these parts pre-cut for you. So you can just do the stamping, and you can either use what you have at home, or you can do, I'm going to do the stamping here now. Okay, where did my, I'm missing the jelly jar. Where's my jelly jar? Did it get stuck in the envelope? There's the blueberries from last time. Okay, I don't know where my jelly jar. Well, I'm going to show you how we're going to cut that jelly jar out. I must not have cut another jelly jar. We'll do that in a minute. So let's do some stamping. We're going to do Love You Very Much again. So I'm going to grab my Love You Very Much and our Misty Moonlight. I like that we're using just some smaller amounts of inks. So if you didn't know, right now we're offering bonus rewards, double the amount of rewards when you place an order, either today, the 15th, through the 17th of April. And we're going to also put on You're the Sweetest on this other label. This is cut from the labels that are offered in our Homemade Sweetness bundle. Okay, we got that. That's done. Is that all our, yes, I think that's all our stamping because I've already stamped the strawberry. So we're going to go ahead and, excuse me, Uncle, and let's color the same thing again. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do our Old Olive on the stem. Sorry, that squeakiness. Sometimes that can bother people. Try to color a little lighter. So this is my Old Olive. I'm going to tuck that all in there. And then I'm going to grab my Shaded Spruce. And this is the light. I usually use dark, but we're going to use the light. That's what I grabbed. And it just transforms into a really pretty green, closely matching our garden green. Like I said, this is a new thing for me, and I thought, oh, that's so pretty. I did not know you could do that. And then we're just going to quickly color in our strawberry. Notice I'm using this on the side. I don't want to ruin the point of my really brush end of my blend here. I'm just going to try and not ruin it, and then I'm just going to keep working my way around. You can get right into there. I just have to keep rotating my paper. You might not have to do that. I have to do that. Okay. And we need to die cut that out, but we're going to fussy cut it out just because I got my scissors here. There is a die that matches that. So let me show you, because we got to do a jam jar anyways. I have all these pieces that are die cut. Now, oh, there is a full honey bear there, but I'm going to use up a honey bear right here from the edges. You don't want to not use these extra images that are to the side. So we're going to cut out. We also need this jar right here. And I think the easiest one to get is the one right here. So I'm going to grab this one. Now there are some dies, but I don't know if it matches up to this. I just find it faster to just fussy cut out the jar. It doesn't take that long. I leave a little bit of the border. I don't cut up exactly next to it, and I just keep rotating the paper around, holding my scissors straight. I think most of you know how to do this. I don't like that little point. Go around, rotate the paper. We only have one more card to do. I'm going to go over today because I started off on my personal platform today. I will try to keep this to 1 hour every week. We're trying this time out. I may change it. And then let's go ahead and do our honey bear. And this honey bear, just the way we're placing it, it doesn't matter that he's not full. You have to just kind of think outside the box to make your designer series paper stretch as far as you can get it. And go around. I had fun working with this suite. If you don't have this, like I said, it's coming back April 27th. And you can go and sign up for an email, and they'll let you know. They, being Stampin' Up, will let you know when it comes in. I'm just going to fussy cut this right now just for, otherwise I would use my die cut. We're just going to do this real quickly. Are you a fussy cutter or are you not a fussy cutter? Some people despise it. I didn't like it at first, and now I really do like it. I don't know what changed in my life. It makes me like it, but I do. I like fussy cutting now. So I just got to grab this so I can turn, make it rounded, and oh, we're going a little close, Diane. Sometimes that happens, but it all works out. Okay, there we go. We got all our parts. Let's put this card together now, okay? Let's go ahead and make our arch, and we're gonna go ahead and decorate it. We're gonna go ahead and put this up on dimensionals. Where is my dimensionals? They were right here. Where did I toss them? Right here, under my PDF. So I'm just gonna grab 2 here. I'm gonna grab 2 on my, I'm gonna put these on the lower side, like that, or 1 right there. And then we're gonna take this off. And so when you get this kit, you'll have these cutouts and you'll have to do the fussy cutting. So, and you'll get the strawberry, but you'll have to stamp the strawberry. I'm gonna come up here, put that down. I'm gonna put the honey bear, he's gonna go just like this because we're gonna cover him up with strawberry. So I'm gonna put him directly to the arch, kind of up like that. And then we're gonna take our strawberry. Like I said, this is a fun design by my friend Jeannie Nielsen. And we're just gonna go like that. And there we go. So let's go ahead and attach this. You can do one of 2 things. Well, actually, look, I put that in the wrong spot. This one was supposed to go up here. Maybe the way I folded it and put it on. So let's just go ahead and change this real quickly. Might have been how I folded it. So let me grab some more adhesive and put the blue right there. A quick fix. Okay, so now we have that back. And now I'm gonna take and put only the glue on this rectangle because I only want it to adhere to the bottom. Then we're gonna take our arch. We're gonna line it up to the bottom or almost the bottom. I like to have a little bit of an edge at the bottom and making sure it's centered. And then give it a little rub. And there we go. Now we don't have this. It does hook to that a little bit, but we're gonna add one more thing to finish up our card. And I get some of this stuff out of the way. I am a messy crafter. I think we all are, but I'm trying to keep my area a little bit cleaner if I can. Okay, so this last card we're gonna do in a minute is a brand new card to me. It's a tuck and fold card by my friend Jeannie. And we're gonna put this right here. You're the sweetest. And now, when you put this up, okay, I'm gonna reburnish this. It will stand up like that. Oh, come on. There we go. It was standing up better before I did that. But that's how our card goes. And you could write to your recipient right up here. And then they have a card that they can stand up, just like that. So that's fun. Or you could actually add, if you'd like, you can add a piece of white to the back and just do it flat. Cute card. Now I didn't add any embellishments to this, so we're gonna quickly grab some of the embellishments. And I probably would do, oh, let's do blue again. Just because there's a lot of red on here. So I'll probably do one up here, one down here, there, another small one over here, and I'll take a big one and I'm gonna anchor it down below. Oops, come on, stick it on there. There we go. And I think I'm gonna put a strawberry right down here. It needs something right down here. You are the sweetest. There we go. How do you like that card? That's fun. Hi, Margaret. So that's our third card for my weekly class. And I'll pull them all back out again in a minute. Do you have a favorite card yet? I'm not sure if I'm seeing all my comments today. I'm gonna try and refresh again before I do card number 4. Welcome, I'm doing a weekly card class now on Wednesdays, hopefully at noon if this works out. I'm not seeing any more comments. Please tell me where you're from. And I will go ahead and start getting ready for the last card. And hopefully we'll have everything for this one. This card is really cute. Okay, this card uses the peaches, and she used, this is actually our brand new crisp cantaloupe ribbon. She took the peach jar and fussy cut that out. We did You're the Sweetest again. And we're gonna learn a new kind of tuck here. I'm gonna show you how that works. So you just kind of open that up, and inside is a thank you note. And this is like your little latch. So you just kind of tuck and fold, and that holds your card together. Very nice. So let me show you how to make this card. It looks hard, but it's not. So, all right, let's go ahead and pull in our parts. This is our card base. So it is, if I can recall correctly, let me see if I can grab that PDF. So if you place an order of $50 or more, you're gonna get the free PDF from me and the parts to make all these cards. So this is actually 8.5 by 4 1/4 scored at 3 inches. So I pre-scored it. And I'm gonna grab my bone folder. Okay, right, one over here to the side. Okay. And then we have a lot of layers. It seems like there's a lot, but there's just a lot of layers. And let me show you, make sure I have them all matched up correctly. So here we have this one. Nope. We're gonna have to match these all up. This goes on the black. I got all mixed up in there, yep. Because they all have a margin. So let's go ahead and grab my adhesive. I love that blue gingham on the back. We're gonna use black to mat the cute little ladybugs. And then this is gonna go directly on the front. So this is just a lot of layering. And you're gonna square that off in the middle. So that's done. Now let's open the inside. You'll have a larger black mat. And I took this Calypso Coral and I used our embossing folder again. And we're gonna attach that. Now, I like to do it larger and then trim it down. So this piece here, this black piece is, let me get it in here right. Yeah, 5 1/4. So we need to make this 5 by 3 3/4. So I'm gonna grab my trimmer. I usually just put it in a piece and then it always pushes it out. So I try to do the trimming afterwards so that will fit nicely. So 5 by 3 3/4. That way I know I get the right proper size. And this is the only scrap you're gonna have. And it doesn't affect the print. So let me move that aside. And we're gonna go ahead and adhere this to our black mat. See how nicely that fits? And then we're gonna bring in a little petal pink and some white, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and grab our thank you stamp. It was right here. Where did it go? Here's the heart. Here it is. No? Yep, here it is. I'm gonna use black. Where's my memento? Black. And we're gonna stamp thank you right in the middle or upper, right about there. Okay, and then we'll let that dry for a second. And then we need to stamp You're the Sweetest. This is, we're gonna do You're the Sweetest, and that's over here. Let me quickly clean that off. I can reach, I'm not too far off of my hour. I'm gonna go a little over. Like I said, I started on my personal platform. I thought I had clicked it over, and sure enough, I didn't. So we're gonna put this one kind of up right of center, right about here. Okay, I'll clean that off. And then this is going to be, oh, that's not it. What happened? Do I have the wrong size? I must have the wrong size. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim this one down. We're gonna take off a 1/4 inch and see where we go. You'll have the correct sizes. There we go. I might have not have finished that off. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on our mat. Center that. Okay, we're gonna put this one on. We're only gonna show just a little bit of the petal pink. So we're gonna go ahead and put some adhesive on this. I'm getting low on this one too. Maybe time to stop crafting and get some other things done. Okay, now let's bring the card base back in. We have this, a lot of layers, but it's really brings it up a notch. We're gonna layer this on the inside. Then, before we do anything else, we're going to go ahead, and it looks like I don't have, yes I do. There's my peach jar. I've already fussy cut that out. And then you're gonna need a 2 1/4 inch by 2 1/4 inch of the Calypso Coral, and then a 2 1/4 inch or 2 by 2 inch square of the ladybugs. And so I'm gonna bring in, I wanna show you something. I'm gonna bring in my, well, let's cover this up. We don't need an accent. I've already tied my bow with the new crisp cantaloupe, and I need to go grab my tear and tape. I'm also doing, starting next Monday, I'm doing mystery stamping. So this was already, you're gonna need tear and tape next week for my, so we're gonna do that in a minute. So I'm gonna take these squares and I'm gonna put them on a diagonal into the grooves here of my trimmer. And I'm gonna slice down to make a triangle. And we're gonna turn it over so we don't see that black that I slipped it in. And then we're gonna do the same thing to the designer series paper. And this helps make our latch to our card. And quickly. So you really could save this for another card, okay? So you actually get 2 of them for one. So now we're gonna go ahead and adhere. Let's move this out of the way. We're gonna adhere this to our triangle. And it should fit right in there nicely with just a little bit of a margin, a little bit. There we go. Okay, this is where you're gonna need your tear and tape. You're gonna take your tear and tape and you're gonna run a piece just like this. You need something strong because we're doing that tuck. And this stuff is strong, okay. There it is, you just tear it. I rub and I take my take your pick tool and I take off the backing. And this is where you're gonna put this down right here. So I'm gonna just center it. So I'm gonna line it up here with my lines on my grid. And let's see if I can kind of get it centered. Pretty close. Let's come down just a little. There we go. So I only put that tear and tape, it's strong, just on this edge right there, okay? So now we have to add some decorations. We're gonna add this peach jar, which I already fussy cut out to save some time. Flying rubber bands. Put on my dimensionals. So yes, these will be kept to about an hour. Like I said, if I hadn't have gone to my other platform, so I should have done that a little bit more right of center. He's hanging off a little bit, but it will still be on the card, so it's not, I'm not that worried. We're gonna take a glue dot and put it on the back of my this is a brand new ribbon. It's coming out on May 5th. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that real quickly on here. I appreciate everybody joining. If you're watching on replay, I hope you will like this and share it. That would be lots of fun to help me get out there and people to know about what I do. Alrighty, I just put that right kind of in the middle. And let's go ahead and adhere this. When we adhere this part, we know it's gonna tuck under here, okay? But we don't need to put glue on the whole thing because then we'll be shut. So we're just gonna put glue or adhesive, maybe 2 to 3 lines of it right here on this side. And now I'm running out and I have 2 more things to do. And I'm gonna tuck it back under here. I'm gonna line it up. Look, it looks straight. And there we go, okay. Pluff that up. And now you see the tuck and fold mechanism. You just kind of tuck and fold. Well, that was a little crooked. Let's get it straighter. There we go. Maybe? Okay. Now, here we have that thank you. Let's see if I can get anything out of this. No. We're going to use a little quick glue. Come on. I hope it didn't get clogged up now. Come on. Squeeze my... There we go. And just, this glue is really strong, so I don't need a lot of it. Make sure you always have an extra one. I had an extra one, but both of them ran out. I've been doing so much crafting. And where's the lid? Okay, I'm gonna put the lid on this so it doesn't dry out. And we're gonna go ahead, and what you want to do is you wanna make sure this lines up with this one. So we're going to put it like this so you don't see it. And then we're going to carefully flip it over and tuck it under. And now you don't see your inside sentiment, but you just put the glue on the back. And let me show you. There we go, except it's a little crooked. Liquid glue doesn't dry as fast as my seal adhesive. And there you go. See? And it's hidden. Very nice. That's our tuck and fold. And that's our card. So let me bring all 4 cards out. We have this one here. I don't know if you can see it on that angle. We have our fun fold card, which opens like this. And we adhered the ribbon to it. You're the sweetest. Makes a great thank you. And then our last card is our blueberry card. Let's do it like this. So those are the 4 cards for my class this month, or this week. I'm not doing it monthly, I'm doing a week. So you'll get all the items, like I said, all these envelopes that are going to have everything inside. I cannot do the stamping for you. If you can substitute out any sentiments you have. If you want to make it exactly like this, I'm going to have an add-on option where you can purchase it from me, and then you'll get the free 4 card kits to make this along with the colored PDF. And bonus, two bonuses actually. I'm going to give you 5 of my greeting cards that are already done. I have quite a few greeting cards. And also, you're going to earn double rewards for the next 3 days. So today, the 15th, 16th, and 17th, any orders that are over $20 will receive double the amount of rewards. Can't beat that. So these are the cards. They go flat. They're all mailable in our envelopes. And they were a lot of fun. So I hope you liked them. I will be selling the PDF also. This is a collaboration and using homemade sweetness. I can just show you real quickly. We have the colored PDF ready to go. And if you haven't signed up for my mailing list, at the top of this, I'll push this crooked. At the top of my featured of this business page, you will see where you can sign up for my mailing list where I send out newsletters, and you can find out. Now it's all crooked again. I'm not going to fix it right now. It's going to drive me bananas though. There we go. So I hope you like these cards. I thought they were a lot of fun. I'm having a great time being with Jeannie, and we're having a good time collaborating. The only thing I thought, I didn't add any kind of embellishments to here. Let's see. I don't know if the red will look right or not. I really don't like the red. So I'm going to say I would probably pull something that I have, and I don't have it close to me, but I would probably use either, are they on the table here? I was going to say we could use the crisp cantaloupe. That's coming out. Let me grab the crisp cantaloupe. I just used crisp cantaloupe to make another card for, Ooh, let's use these. These are our new in color. Thanks, they are sweet. Thanks, Jennifer. I'm gonna use the new crisp cantaloupe. I just used these dots to make another card. And let's go ahead and take the crisp cantaloupe, and let's put one down here, and one here, and one here. Yeah, much better. I love it. So these are really pretty. I can't wait. So I'll throw those in too for you since they're brand new. So again, this set, the homemade sweetness, is out of stock right now. It'll be back on April 27th when we plan this. Not necessarily is it always out of stock, but there's all kinds of things. Here I should have done the little bow in crumb cake. I just saw that now when I made this so long ago. So this is the class, and I'm excited to be meeting with you weekly. I can tell you, where's my schedule? Is it behind me? Nope. I got to print my schedule out again. We just updated it because some things are out of stock. We try to keep on top of that and maybe shift our schedule around so this doesn't happen again. But go to my website, designwithdiane.stampinup.net, and you can go ahead and click on, and they'll give you an email when this comes back in if you're interested in it. So if you just want to place any $50 order and you already have this set, or you think you can use something you have already, then you order anything for $50 and I will still send you the same things. You'll get the kits to make these, the 5 extra cards, and then earn your bonus points if you do it. So this is going to be available until next Tuesday. And then we're going to start another one. So next week, I think it's Lovely Arrangements. Don't quote me on that because I think we've been shuffling things around and I'm not sure. Oh, let me get this out of the way and flip it. There we go. Let me flip the camera around. Ta-da! Now you can see me again. So I appreciate you joining me. I know this class went over 15 minutes, but that wasn't supposed to happen because I started out on my personal page. Silly. I had fun making these cards. I hope that you like my channel. I hope that you share this with other people. That helps my algorithms, and it doesn't cost you anything. And make comments because that helps get everything going on for the algorithms too, for people to see me. I appreciate it. I'm Design with Diane. I'm Diane Alberts. I had fun making the Homemade Sweetness free class for you. You'll be getting if you're already on my mailing list, you're going to get information about this coming out later tonight. And yeah, lots of fun things are going on. So I'll see you next week, Wednesday at noon. And if you're not already, if you notice, I'm doing mystery stamping, which is going to be coming back again by request on Mondays at noon. So, and I'll still continue to do 10 o'clock on Friday for coffee and a card because I just love doing that. So it's so much fun. All right. Have a great hump day, and I will see you next week. Remember, you have until Tuesday to get this card kit, and then I'm not going to make it anymore. So, all right. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye now.